BCCGRADIO from. We are on live and again on the hot chair. And right here we have a man that is sitting right under the sign, hot chair, by the name of Mr. Calvert Hutchinson. And a lot of people may know him in Jamaica, but we just hear about him because this sports, when I was in Jamaica, I didn't know about lacrosse until I come to. So he is the president of um, the Jamaica Lacrosse Association, right? So with us, with us this evening we have Mr. Harry Goodall, a sports coordinator for the sports show on the radio, and we have a well-known lacrosse expert, a man, Najan Felpat. You know, and have you represent Jamaica? You represent?
No, not at that. No.
Well, you're playing in college, right? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So well, without further ado, we just want to, say welcome again, and I am not gonna be the one who's gonna ask a lot of questions because I don't know much questions to ask when it comes to lacrosse, right? So as we say, Mr. Harry over there, Mr. Hutchinson here, Mr. Philippa here, and hi, Michael Annikie, the host for the show. So without further ado, we're gonna just start by finding out and asking, Mr. Hutchinson, just some questions and we're gonna chit chat. This is not a really an interview where he's sitting and he's nervous about the questions we're gonna ask. We're just gonna chit chat and talk about it. So, but I'm gonna leave most of the questions to this man himself. So first to start, I just want Mr. Hutchinson just to tell your radio land, YouTube land, who is Mr. Hutchinson?
Right. Well, I don't even know where to start. But before I even go into that, I want to say thanks for allowing me to be on this program and to connect with the diaspora. And for those who are listening in Jamaica and in Canada and wherever they are, thank you for welcoming me on this program. Mr. Hutchinson is a humble person from humble beginnings. I was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica, Cockburn Pen, a little ghetto youth.
Cockburn Pen?
Yes, man. Cockburn Pen
Agley
is
Park Road.
off Agley Park Road, 3 miles. Yes.
I used to live at Olympic.
Yeah, so I went to Dupont Primary School, which is off Olympic Way.
That's my neighborhood.
Yeah. So we have stuff in common. So I was born and raised, and a lot of people might wonder why is it that I devote so much of my time to volunteer, because that is what we do. We volunteer. We give up our time, our talent, and our treasure for the greater good. My life was impacted through persons who gave up their time and their treasure. I got assistance through my church, St. Pius X Roman Catholic Church, Father Bertram McPherson, who was a bishop of Montego Bay. To further my education, went to Teachers College. I worked at Dupont Primary School, the same school that I attended as a child. I went to St. George's College as a teacher. I taught there for over 15 years. Then I immigrated to Canada as an international student, studied for 2 years, taught at Seneca College as a professor of interpersonal communication, worked with the Durham Catholic District School Board. I taught in Nunavut for over 8 years, was vice principal for an elementary school there before I moved back to Ontario, and now I'm residing in Ontario. And throughout all that time, I was actively involved in running Jamaica Lacrosse and working with hard-working people. And not just Jamaica Lacrosse, I managed to strategically position ourselves as an entity with the Pan American Lacrosse Association. So I am the vice president for the Pan American Lacrosse Association, which has responsibility for all the countries within the Pan American region. That is from the tip of the North Pole back in Nunavut in Canada, all of North America, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America, all the way down to Argentina. So those are the countries that are responsible for within the region.
Wow, that's amazing because as I said, I left Jamaica in 2020, 2000,
You know what? 10 years ago, you and I were in the same position, and I've never played lacrosse before, and I have no intention of playing lacrosse. I don't think my bones will allow me to, compete with, players like Mr. Philpott right here. So I leave it to the youngsters. But lacrosse was introduced in 2013. I think at the time, World Lacrosse, as it was called, the Federation of International Lacrosse, then they were on a quest to expand the sport, to get it introduced to other countries, to increase the number of countries that plays lacrosse. So they had we call development officers who were tasked with introducing and taking it to other countries, and Jamaica was on their list. Now, how I got involved, prior to that, I worked with an organization, local and international volunteer enterprise, that facilitate international volunteer groups that comes to Jamaica to volunteer with the church and with schools and so on. So that's my organization. Mr. Clark and myself, founded that. So we were recommended to the individual who wanted to get lacrosse started. And by virtue of recommendation to that individual, Kevin Dugan, who's still a good friend of ours, we sat down and we discussed, you know what, if you want it to get off the right way and for it to be sustainable, these are the steps that we need to take. So we decided that we're going to incorporate Jamaica Lacrosse in Jamaica as a non-profit organization first. Then we're going to target high schools within a specific geographic area that we can encourage competition among schools. And that is how we started in the North Street area, where we had Kingston College, St. George's College, we had Holy Trinity, and then we spread the game outward to the schools that were in close proximity. So that's when it started. I worked with Fields of Growth that was run by Kevin Dugan, and we just got it going. And at the time, nobody knew about lacrosse. We literally had to walk around and beg students, beg teenagers to take a stick from us. Take a stick. They were like, what is this? So we spent the entire year and beyond just explaining what the game of lacrosse is, encouraging kids to take on the sticks. But we had our summer camp and our December camp where we had kids coming from the different schools around us for free. And we had international coaches that came down through Fields of Growth, which was run by Kevin Dugan, to teach the game of lacrosse. So every kid that came to those camps, free of cost, were able to learn the game free of cost. And when they were finished, they got a stick. If it were the male players, they got the various equipment that came with the male game, and they went back. And they were like evangelists, lacrosse evangelists that went and spread the good words. And we saw more and more kids coming on, wanting to, engage in something new. So that's where it started from.
So, it's kind of, I was just dumb of me, but I don't know how the game is played. I really don't know how the game is played, or scoring points and how much how much players and so maybe somebody out there is like me. So can you tell somebody out there how the game is
So you
played?
know what? I'm going to put Mr. Philpott on the spot right here because he's now active, for his university. So I'll allow him as a present player, just to explain from the player's perspective how the game is played.
Mr. Philpott, you're from University of DC, right?
Yeah. So
Right.
I'm an alum from Morgan State. I played on the club team there. When I graduated from Morgan State, I was offered a full scholarship to the University of DC under Coach Matthew Merrick, who's an active member of the Team Jamaica team. So the game is basically a 10-on-10 game. If you think about soccer, hockey, football, is many sports so field hockey, ice hockey, those are the closest comparison. Similar to soccer, like it can be offsides or onside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have offensive players, defensive players, and you have a goal. So it's 1 point, it's just goals. You're back and forth trying to score a goal. So the game starts off with in the center of the field or the center of the pitch, two guys are fighting out for, they call it a face-off. So you're facing off for the ball. It's kind of like a grudge match in the center of the field. They're fighting off for the ball. Then you have two wingers on each side. So you have two wingers for both teams on each side trying to get the ball. You have your on the other side, you have your attackmen on each side for both teams. Switches, so it's three attackmen on each side of the ball, which can't cross the center line. So if they cross, that's offside. If you think about it.
So, oh,
Yeah. So the wingers know they're midfield, but can go offense and defense, but the attack line cannot cross.
can I cast over the half line?
No.
Right to this, the course of the game?
Through the whole game, unless them switch with somebody else and and take a midfield position. But ideally, their position is you can't cross the midline, and then you have your defense guys who normally use the 6 foot pole, who stay on the defensive side, but they can cross depending if they switch with someone else. So ideally, it's a 10-on-10 game, roughly 9 people in the field, and then the goalie. So it's 10-on-10.
Okay.
And just to, as I always try to do, pay respect to the origin of the game. The game itself is an indigenous game. It's the national sport for Canada. A lot of people don't know that. It's one of the oldest known sport that has been around. And it was basically a sport that was used by the indigenous community, the Haudenosaunee, who were once called the Iroquois nationals. But the Haudenosaunee is a correct name for the group of nations that comes together, who are the creators. They say that this game was given to them by the creator, and it was used back in those times to resolve conflicts among groups.
Oh, but
Yes. So we want to pay homage and respect to the creators of this game who has given it to us. And I'll go back further on. I'll tell you. I'll show the connection between the lacrosse leagues that we have in Jamaica and the indigenous connection.
Scott, that's the question I wanted to ask is, where was it founded? So the answer is Canada.
Native American. So it's between in North America, those some in Canada and in the U.S. on the U.S. side as well.
When you said not Native America is the American Indians.
And yes, American Indians is the generic term, a collective term that is used, but most of those groups have their own, identity, right? Yeah, like you have the Cree Nation, you have the Ojibwe, you have, so the Haudenosaunee is a combination of about 6 or more different nations, right? So we try to, identify the indigenous people, First Nation, Inuit, and Métis groups by their, original identity instead of using general terminologies.
So, back 3 years ago when I met you, I introduced you to the governor when he was campaigning for election. And what was the purpose of that visit at the time?
So 3 years ago, that was 2022, we had our senior women's world championship that was taking place at Towson University. We had our women's team. I was here. I think that was their first senior women's championship that we were participating in. So we were here for that. And little after that, we also had our senior men's qualifying event that took place in Colombia, where we had to leave and go to. So there was a lot of activities for lacrosse that year.
Mm. And I wanted to thank Mr. Nugent and Island Cuisine for the job they did for you guys that year.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
we're grateful, and I hope we can talk a little more about that because Mr. Nugent and Island Cuisine and the Jamaica Association in Baltimore, if it wasn't for individuals and organizations like you guys, we don't know how we would, continue the work that we're doing. It's like building a bridge while walking on it at the same time. Sometimes we start and we participate in events when we don't even know where the funding is going to come from. And we can't rely on certain entities that are in place
Right.
to facilitate national teams that are going to represent the country. The reality is, we can't rely on those entities. So, with individuals and organizations, we have always been grateful and fortunate to come across, those who are willing to, give up their treasure.
Events and competing. You have anything lined up shortly for competitions or something like that?
All right, so I'm gonna backtrack a bit. We last year we had our U20 girls participated in the recently concluded Women's U20 World Championship, and that was in Hong Kong. We just competed last week in the senior women's championship, qualifying championship for the Pan American region, where you had 8 countries participating. Our women's team made it to Division 2. That is going to be I know the name, the place that is going to be, but it has not been the women's qualifying event for Division 2. Right, so you have Division 1, Division 2. We're going to be playing in Division 2. And next month, August 15th to the 26th, we have our U20 team, men's team, that is going to take part in the World Championship that is going to be in South Korea.
Oh, great, man. Awesome.
South Korea.
Awesome.
And our senior men's team, in the 10 years that we have been in existence for, in a sporting event that has been around for decades, is ranked number 8th in the world. So we're in
Awesome.
the top
Awesome.
10 ranking in the world.
Yes.
That's our senior men's
Wow,
team.
congratulations.
Or junior or U20 men's team that has participated in their first U20 World Championship in 2023 is ranked number 9th in the world. So
Yeah.
this is a team that is going to participate in the World Championship next month in South Korea. And based on the caliber of players that we have, we're expecting the team ranking to go up.
Up.
So that means you get help from donations and sponsors.
Not really. For the most part, and this is the model of funding that we have used over the years, which is unfortunate, but we don't have a choice. Players pay for themselves.
Oh man, that's
So
terrible.
so when we calculate the overall cost for a world event, and let me give you some round figures that an event costs for a contingent of 26 players, 22 players and 4 coaches. You're looking at, say, if they're going to, South Korea, we're looking close to over 130,000 US
To go just
to
to
take a
total.
contingent of 26
Players.
people
Wow.
to an event of that nature, over 130 something thousand US. So we calculate the overall cost. We divide it among the number of players, excluding the coaches, because we try to facilitate the coaches by factoring their costs into player costs, and the individual cost is shared among all the players, right? So once the individual cost is shared among all the players, we try to do that with a lot of time at hand so that the individual player now have time to fundraise. And we do provide the necessary materials for them to fundraise, right? A lot of times, especially The local players who come directly from the island, they find it difficult to fundraise because the
Yeah.
sport is not so much of a recognized sport
Yeah,
in
not
Jamaica.
sponsor that much.
So not a lot of
Yeah, not
people want to.
supported.
That's it. So that's the method of fundraising that we do in order to
And that's the
facilitate.
only. So do like any entity in Jamaica, do they come forward to?
Um, no, no. We personally, if I go on my computer and show you the number of folders with sponsorship letters that we have written to how many companies in Jamaica, you'll be surprised that up to now we have not gotten a major sponsorship from any local entities, right? But we have been fortunate enough, based on branded Jamaica, right, to get in-kind donation from various entities. So 2018, we were dubbed the best dressed team, and that's when we had our first men's team participated in Netanya, Israel, for the World Championship. Our first time ever participating in an event, and we came out ranking number 13 in the world. Our first ever World Championship, right? So that time we were lucky enough to get apparel and equipment sponsorship from Adidas, but that was just for that event. After that, we were also lucky enough for another event to get um, apparel and equipment sponsorship from Powell Lacrosse, which is based in the US. And now, for next month, we are going to be making an announcement for a major apparel and equipment sponsorship that we have got, which is a multi-year sponsorship. I'm not at liberty of saying it now until that announcement is made, but we did secure a multi-year apparel and equipment sponsorship that will take us through to 2027, and after review to 2028, which we're expecting to have the Olympics, because lacrosse is now included in the Olympics,
Olympics.
and Jamaica
Wow.
is positioned.
To be a part of it.
Yes,
So
we are positioned too, considering that we go through the qualifying events and then make it.
so all Jamaicans who are listening, you have potential Olympic team. We gotta support them. We gotta support them. Reach out. You can reach out.
As Deacon Mike is saying, we gotta support them, and pretty soon, you're gonna give us some information how to get donations and
Oh, yes.
and sponsorship, right?
It's pretty simple. We have various links on our social media and our website. So our website is jamaicalacrosse.net, and there.
Take. Put JamaicaLacrosse.net. Could you put it on the screen so people can see?
Where there are links to our sponsorship channels where they can, donate directly to our accounts. We have links on our social media at Jamaica Lacrosse, Instagram, Facebook, or email. If you want more information, is JamaicaLacrosse@gmail.com. And for those business within the U.S., we are a registered 501c3, registered, incorporated in Baltimore.
I
So
was about to ask that.
yes, so we're able to issue a tax receipt for those who are looking forward for that.
That sounds good. Again, you're on YouTube, watching BCCG Radio. We
And
have-
if you wanna join in,
Right.
ask question or be a part of the sponsorship, you can just call us right now. The number is 571-345. Is it
245
245? I don't have it on me.
3805.
3805.
Right.
571-245-3805. So you can just call in and be a part of and if you want to sponsor,
Right.
just call. And Mr. Hutchison is right here to answer and receive, your call and give you much information.
And
So, yeah.
if I'm at liberty, I just want to highlight something because Mr. Philpott mentioned earlier that he got a scholarship to study and play lacrosse at his university now, UDC.
Yep.
Um, and that is something for those who are looking to sponsor Jamaica Lacrosse and to invest in our mission. The end goal for us is not necessarily to participate in World Championship events. That's just a means to an end for us. The end goal is to provide opportunities for youth, not just in Jamaica, but in the diaspora, for them to have an avenue to attract scholarships, right, where they can go and play the game that they're so passionate about and to get an excellent education. And we now have, since our inception, we have over 24 young men and women who have gotten full and partial scholarships directly out of Jamaica to study and play lacrosse in the US. Right now, we have two of our top girls who are on our national team, came up through our youth program, came up through our grassroots program, who are now on scholarships at the University of the District of Columbia. Top players on their team. We have a young man who just graduated from Howard University, Mr. Ronaldo Williams. Got a lacrosse scholarship. He graduated honors, and he was one of their valedictorian, right? And his science research was also paid for and published by the school. So these are the opportunities that we try to provide for our young people coming up through the program. So world events, yes, they're good. They cost a lot of money, but when we can impact generational change through sport and education, that's the end goal for us.
So you gonna base or set up some kind of office in Baltimore or something like that? 'Cause
Right.
I know you love Baltimore.
Yes. It is, it's the lacrosse capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah, U.S.
Yeah.
Lacrosse has their headquarters here.
Baltimore.
Yes, and they are the largest lacrosse association, and they're within the Pan American region. So they're even larger than their parent, the regional body, right? In terms of the revenue that they generate and the span of U.S. lacrosse in schools and colleges and other institutions, right? So yes, it makes a lot of sense. We're incorporated here. We would love to, and we're planning on having an office here in Baltimore so we can leverage the lacrosse community.
So I have a question, Mr. Hutchinson. So as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, lacrosse is only in 3 parishes in the high schools at the moment. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're correct.
So-
Kingston,
In Jamaica.
St.
In
Andrew,
Jamaica,
and
yeah.
St. Catherine.
So I mean, what is the obstacles of trying to get it island wide into the high schools or incorporated into the high schools as a Jamaican sport, a national sport?
That's a real good question. But before I go directly to that, right, I'll just outline the importance of certain infrastructure in order to, because when you build a house, the foundation is important before you put on the roof. You understand? So I think we were having established it in Kingston and St. Andrew and expanded in St. Catherine. We wanted to make sure that we have the right infrastructure to facilitate that growth.
Right.
And the growth is going to come rapidly. So we made sure that we were recognized by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Sports, which we are. We're recognized by the Sport Development Foundation, which we are. We are recognized. We were the first country outside of the world body to get recognition from our Olympic Association, which is a requirement to participate in Olympic Games.
Right.
And we are recognized by the Olympic Association in Jamaica. So that was important. It gives the credibility for us to now move at a certain pace into other schools. So we are going, schools are literally coming to us now, asking us to get the program set up. But we have been a bit measured in how we expand, because the last thing we want is to start something and then it stop and to look to restart that.
Right.
That's the hardest thing to do, is to restart a sport after it started and stop. We have challenges getting equipment into the country because lacrosse equipment are very expensive. And when we get them into the country, we don't charge a new school. We give them a set of equipment free of cost as a starter package, right? And we not only provide equipment, but we also provide training for coaches. So we invest in capacity building, because if a team is going to do well, they need a coach. So we ask the school, education rep or someone or a parent, to be that point person for the school. Then at one of our camps, we would provide free training for those coaches to go back now and get their programs going. So these are the incremental steps that we take.
How far have you gone with that?
So we have been doing pretty well. We have schools that are going to come on board from St. Mary.
Yeah.
We have schools that are waiting for us to, get them on board from the western end. We just want to make sure that we get it done the right way. So when it starts, it doesn't stop.
Nice.
All right. So getting equipment in the country is a challenge, and getting the personnel trained is also important.
Yeah, I think I might take you up on that. It's helping out with some of the equipment.
That would be,
I
that
might
would be
have
good.
to
Go ahead.
donation, donate, not for the whole team, but I can donate some equipment.
That would be more than welcome. We kind of establish a relationship with Level the Playing Field, and it is in Baltimore, which is a non-profit that collects used and sometimes new equipment for different sports and give it out to disenfranchised communities. So recently, when we were here in 22, we got like 3 duffel bag of equipment that we brought. They're willing at any time to give us whatever equipment they have, lacrosse equipment, to take back with us. The challenge, though, when we go through yes, customs, if we don't have a letter from one of our sporting body in Jamaica to say that these are donation, they're going to charge us through a yard ball.
When you get to Jamaica.
When we get to Jamaica.
And the laws they change now. The airport have new rules now. You can't carry no overweight, can't carry no extra thing without proof.
Yeah.
Mr. Philpott,
Yes.
I got a question for you. You know, when I left Jamaica in 77, it was athletics, football, soccer, cricket, and netball. And when I come to America, I noticed bobsledge, basketball, hockey, and now lacrosse. It's played. And I don't remember who sang the festival song, Move Up, Jamaica, Move Up. That, if it's Desmond Deacon, I can't remember who it was, but it seems like Jamaica is moving up in sports. In college, you play for University of DC.
Yes.
So is it the NCAA league?
Yeah, Division 2, yeah.
Division 2. Oh, okay. So is there a lot of teams in our colleges in Maryland who compete in this?
Yeah, our local teams here in Baltimore, Towson, Loyola, all the Division 1, John Hopkins, it's a big sport in Maryland, especially coming out of high school, because I did high school here. I moved to the U.S. when I was 6, so I migrated here from Jamaica. And the sport is it's a Maryland sport, as Mr. Hutchinson said. Like it's big lot. In the high schools.
I see it a lot
I coach as well, so it's in the junior levels. Like similar to you grew up and you play ball. Lacrosse is ball in a sense, People play
your type of ball.
Yeah. But I'm new to the sport myself. I just started playing my senior year of high school, and that's taking me places. So it's been really good.
So if you should reach to the top, we're really recognized worldwide, who would you want to represent, Jamaica or the United States?
I mean, it's Jamaica. I mean, the reason why I continued aiming to play, I'm pretty older than my teammates. You know, I already have 2 degrees already from a previous school. I was the oldest one on my team, but I got an opportunity by, like I said, the team captain of Jamaica, the men's team, who is my head coach as well, Matthew Merritt. And in a sense, my whole purpose of going back to school was to have the opportunity to play for Team Jamaica. So it means a lot to, you know, represent where you're from and be a part of such a growing program. You know, I went to Jamaica when they hosted the Pala Sixes, and to me it was like, man, I'm in the warmth of Jamaica and watching them play an American game. You know, it was big setup they had, and it was really good. You know?
So who is the coach for Jamaica?
We have the great Mark Wilson. That man he's more than just a coach.
So Mark Wilson, Mr. Mark Wilson, if you're watching.
he's more than just a coach, man.
Najan is knocking at the door.
Again, if you're just joining us, we have Mr. Calvert Hutchinson, the president of the Jamaica Lacrosse Association, and Mr. Najan Philpott. Jamaican. He's plays lacrosse for the University of DC. And remember, you can call us live 571-245-3805. My host here with me is Deacon Mike and myself. Yes, so you can call us if you have a question. If you have a question to ask any one of these gentlemen. No, Mr. Houghton, you teachers in Jamaica, right?
No, I used to. I was a teacher at started out at Dupont Primary School, over 15 years at St. George's College, Seneca, various boards in Ontario, Nunavut as well. And now I'm back in Ontario with the Durham Catholic District School Board.
Okay.
So what is, I heard you mention earlier the contingents to go to lacrosse competition. What is the contingents amount? Like how much people?
Well, normally we have the players. For most squad, we're looking at a maximum of 22 players. 22 players. That's for the defense, the offense, the goalie, and midfielders. We have the coaches. We normally have 2 coaches, a head coach. Sometimes we have co-head coaches, which is rarely. And then we have up to 3 assistant coaches, right? And we try our best to have a medical staff, because we need the medical staff to help take care of the team while they're out there. It's a physically demanding game. So we do have our medical staff as well. And we, especially if it's going to be a time when you're going to have normally World Lacrosse have a General Assembly at the same time we're having a World Championship, because most, if not all, the countries will be there. So members of the executive, including myself and my VP and sometimes or secretary, would make it to the event for those important meetings.
So what is how far as a team? So Jamaica, you have senior team, right?
Yes.
And you have college.
We have junior teams.
So the senior team is people that is not in college.
Yeah.
Out of college, right? What's the
And
age?
some of them are in college as
Some of them
well.
are in college.
Yeah.
And you have high school team.
Yeah. So how we're set up, the structure right now. We have our grassroots program that is aligned with our high school competitions in Jamaica. So we have the Taina Cup and the Maroon Cup Championship. And these are, the Taina Cup is for the men's, and the Maroon Cup is for the women, the girls, right? The Maroon and the Taino are our indigenous peoples of Jamaica. Yeah. And so we were very deliberate in naming our high school championship in honor of the indigenous roots of lacrosse. So our grassroots program, our kids comes up through those championship, then they matriculate to the U20 teams. So they look forward to work on their skills and to get on our U20 squad for male and female. And then from the U20, they're looking to get their scholarships, go over wherever, USA, Canada, or if they want to go off to the UK, play to improve on their skills, get more experience playing in more professional leagues, and position themselves for the senior team. So we have the grassroots program, we have the U20 program, and we have the senior program, both for men and women. And I think we are one of the only sporting body in Jamaica that has been equitable and inclusive as it relates to our participation in world events. We have been every single event, U20 and senior. We have, yes, we have had both our men and our women competed.
So Jamaica has reached the top in competition.
Yes. And I am proud to say, other than netball, right? Other than netball, which is ranked number 3 in the world, Jamaica lacrosse is the highest ranking male sport in Jamaica, in the Caribbean. Check it out.
Yeah.
Other than netball, that is ranked number 3 in the world, Jamaica lacrosse is the highest ranking male sport, not just in Jamaica, but in the Caribbean.
Sports as in overall. Cricket.
Overall, yes.
So
Check the stats.
Oh wow! So Jamaica is definitely the champion of the Caribbean when it comes to lacrosse.
Yes,
Champion.
yes.
Nobody unbeatable.
Unbeatable. We're the highest ranking male sport in all of the Caribbean.
Come on, people! You gotta support this team. You gotta support these people, guys. You know, and it's I come in Jamaica all the time because Jamaica they find some team in some places. Ice hockey. They represent, you know,
yeah,
bobsled and all those things, and they always come out recognized and you know, and competitive, you know. So we gotta support our own. Gotta support our own. And in most of the sports, in Jamaica, as you said, you know, the players mostly have to find their own finances.
I don't. Sometimes I get upset when I have to talk about that. The struggles, the struggles that we have to endure just to secure funding for a team that is going to represent the country.
well, like Deacon.
So has it reached a point where you feel like you don't want you just
This is where I'm at. And I've been, talking with my board members, local board members, and 501c3 board members, and our coaches. And we have a strategic planning committee that comes together with various players. We are positioning ourselves to monetize Jamaica lacrosse so we can raise the necessary revenue to reinvest in our world championships. It costs a lot of money. So we're looking for sponsorships. We have secured an apparel sponsorship and equipment up to 2028. We're looking for donors to come on board. And there is going to be a lot of return on investment because right now we have over 10,000 followers on our platform. Every and any world championship that we go through, the world body understand the brand image of Jamaica. Therefore, we are always on any advertisement ad that goes out for any event that we're participating in. If the other day, the World Lacrosse made a post about Olympic Day, and Jamaica Lacrosse was on it. They understand the importance of brand Jamaica. So any sponsor or donor that comes on board will definitely get their return on that investment in terms of their mileage for their organizations or their business, right? So we have various packages that we offer to prospective sponsors. It can be a player sponsor, it can be a jersey sponsor where your logo can go on, or uniform, or packages. It can be an event sponsorship. It can be just a gold or a silver or a bronze sponsorship. We have these packages. So if they reach out to us, we can talk about what is best suited for them.
So what are the sponsorship?
In terms of, I don't
Is
have.
it brands? Brands is how much? Tell
So just to give an idea of what the figures are, the lowest level of sponsorship might be around 500 US, and then we go up incrementally in terms of the next level after that might be about 2005, and we can go all the way up to $5,000. We also have $10,000 sponsorship package as well, and those comes with the opportunity of getting the tax receipt.
So, Mr. Hutchinson, on the screen right now, that's the
That
girls.
Yeah, that was a
Really
picture
gentle.
of our senior woman at the
years
Sixes
ago?
event in Jamaica.
3 years ago or
Uh,
recently?
That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. I
Yes.
remember when they came here.
Yeah, that picture was taken in Jamaica, right on the grounds of the Michael University College.
Like, you guys come a long way with this.
Hmm
So what's the next move next for the lacrosse?
You know,
team?
it's a lot of work. And before I even highlight the next move,
Right.
I want to, and every opportunity I get, I try to, show the appreciation for
Right.
those who have been working behind the scenes. So I want to take the time out to acknowledge those who.
Excuse me, one minute. That's the men's or the young boys?
That was the
Junior?
junior team in all local players back in Jamaica.
Ooh,
And that was
awesome.
at the Sixes event as well on the Michael University grounds.
It's just awesome to see that they, these young kids take into the lacrosse.
Hmm
You know, boy, that's
So
awesome,
do
man.
you have like any members in that team right now that represent any team overseas?
Oh yeah,
Or-
we have. I can see Sammy Henry that is there. He's presently in the U.S. playing for his. I don't remember the name of his institution.
Weber.
Weber.
Yeah.
Who else? I see Mackenzie there. Mackenzie finishes first year as well. There are a number of them who are doing extremely well.
That's awesome, man. Look what
Mhm.
lacrosse is doing. Given because of playing lacrosse, yeah, they're getting scholarships and
Mhm.
oh man, that's awesome, man.
And lacrosse was originally a predominantly white space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the top level, the world championship level, most, if not all, the teams are predominantly white. And since our involvement, we have, add flavor and rhythm at the top, in terms of making that space attractable to the black and brown community.
You know, it takes money to do everything.
Mhm.
And does anybody in Jamaica or anywhere else who financially established really look on that and wonder how it happened? You know how it happened. I mean, you need to donate or you need to be a sponsor. If we want to help these kids, we need to. And Mr. Hutchinson is doing a fantastic job. Look how many kids he has brought into the organization that is has scholarship here in the United States. And Mr. Hutchinson, I hope we get something out soon where like you said, it's on the line online where they
Mhm.
can download it. But sometimes some people is there we could print the
Oh yeah, I before I leave, I can get the information with those specific
right, so we
details
print it
to
'cause
put up.
most business people here wants to see the paperwork.
Oh yeah.
So, Mr. Hutchinson, I have another question. So, similar to, growing up in Jamaica where track and football can be seen anywhere, you're just driving on the road and
Mhm.
you see, how can we, like, post high school for the players who are there who didn't have the opportunity to go to college or who are still involved in the sport? How can we invest in setting up adult leagues or adult playing or having those guys go back to their colleges and help growing the game some more?
You seem as if you're eavesdropping on the planning committee back in Jamaica, because those questions are questions that they have been discussing. Those questions are questions that they have been discussing. That's my daughter calling me. Tell her I'll call back shortly.
Your dad will call back shortly, okay? He's live.
We
Are you watching him live?
a shout out to my daughter Rishma.
Call me back shortly. Bye.
We're in the process of we're in dialogue with the Micah University College.
Right.
We have gotten headways into GC Foster. They were the first institution to incorporate lacrosse in their curriculum.
Right.
So we're in GC Foster. We just need to reignite that partnership. And we are looking to get into St. Joseph and UWI. And the reason for that, we are planning on starting an intercollegiate league for those post-high school players, those who are entering, those who are in college and universities, so that they have something there on the island, instead of, for those who are unable to get scholarships and go overseas and then engage in high-level games, that is going to be for them. So it's a part of our strategic objective to put these, intercollegiate leagues together. But we have to partner with the institutions that will help to facilitate that.
Yeah, because here in the US, there's lacrosse goals on every field they drive past, where you can just, like a basketball court, just bring a couple guys out and run a game or so. So is there any, I guess it's just how we'll be able to set up such a system where it's just a normal sport where set up cricket and just run a cricket game.
In Jamaica.
Yeah, you can just so I guess that's figuring out how we can do such things,
We are getting there. We're getting there, to be honest. We also have the elementary and the prep school system to get into. We started out with Dupont Primary School, but because we wanted to centralize our focus, we kind of halt that and focus on the high school.
Right.
So we're getting there. In terms of those who want to support by buying Jamaica Lacrosse apparels online, there is a link on our Instagram page and our website that takes you directly to a Jamaica Lacrosse store. But I would advise anyone to just wait for another week or so, because our new apparel partner is designing and will be putting up a completely new link with the new designs that the U20 team is going to wear in South Korea next month.
Nice.
So those apparels will be up in a week's time, and the link will be on our website, jamaicalacrosse.net, and it will be on our Instagram and Facebook page as well. And I will ensure that it gets on our LinkedIn and our X pages.
Nice.
So if somebody want to donate, that's the only means of donation is going through jamaicalacrosse.net.
Yes, the information is there.
A lot of people, I prefer to stick my phone up and do a cash app.
So there's a link as well on the website that allows those who want to donate through Stripe or Stripe account, and that goes directly to our Jamaica Lacrosse account here. So it accepts any major credit or debit card as well, and that is on our website.
So the prices are on for the jerseys now. That's on the can you tell as we're out in the open line? Just tell the listeners.
Well, the link is presently down because it's still being prepared for the
Release.
event, for the new release.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's going to normally, depending on the type of apparel that is on, we have hats, shirts, bags, you name it, whatever it is that is present there, and anywhere between 20, 25, 30, 35 up to $60 for the items that we have listed there. So they will see what is there within a week or so.
So, sorry, brother. So for another question, with being a leader of, in a sense, this blazing effort of incorporating lacrosse in Jamaica, do you think you have any advice for other leaders in other countries looking to introduce and grow the sport of lacrosse in other islands or other parts that it's not normal? Because, I mean, to grow the sports in general, you hear about the millions of dollars American football players are making, soccer players, baseball, those are those more popular sports.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, you would get more funding if lacrosse is growing overall, globally. Yeah. So is there any thought or any advice you could probably give to anybody else who is willing to, I see Haiti lacrosse is trying to start up a thing. Ghana recently, I seen them, but all these other countries who are trying to now be involved, with you already kind of setting Jamaica lacrosse over a big hurdle, initially, and now being more of a developed, recognized program, how can you give advice to other countries?
All right, a very good question again, Mr. Philpott. I'm going to take you on my board. We have, within the lacrosse world, you have continental federations. You have the Asian Pacific Federation, you have the European Federation, you have the, which was recently formed, the African Lacrosse Association, and you have the Pan American Lacrosse Association. Africa is still in its infant stage, right. And they're doing a good job. But the greatest growth potential right now lies within the Pan American region. Nice. We're the second largest region of all the regions that are there and has the greatest growth potential. As a representative for the Pan American region, I welcome any countries that are not yet playing lacrosse to come on board now. Now is the right time because we are growing significantly, yeah. Right? We have our board that provides guidance and support for countries that want to come on board. There's a starter package with information through World Lacrosse and through PALA that guides an individual or a group who wants to start the sport. So right. What they get in that, you get a template as it relates to the constitutions and the bylaws that will govern your organization. You get information as it relates to the type of support that are provided by World Lacrosse and PALA. It comes with a fee as well. You get support from a representative from World Lacrosse, and that is his job, TJ Buchanan, that walk an individual or a group through the process of starting lacrosse. And there are grants available through World Lacrosse and PALA, startup grants to help get equipment in the country and to help train people who are going to be working with those, with the organization. Right. So there are a lot of supports for countries that want to start lacrosse in their countries through World Lacrosse, which is a world body, and through the Pan American Lacrosse, which is the regional body. Right. But if they're in a country that is within another continental federation, then it will be through World Lacrosse and that continental federation. Okay. So there are a lot of supports out there.
Well, Mike, you want?
You have more questions?
I'm done.
I have a few, but answer most of them already.
Well, I have exceeded my questions, and Mike, you got anything else?
Well, that may be hit. So, we're, I just say, you have reached the limit right now. Is there any further higher limit that you people want to go?
We want to get to the Olympics. The Olympic in 2028.
That's a big goal.
That's a big goal. And I think with getting to the Olympic, we can prove to corporate Jamaica that we're worthy of their money, their sponsorship.
Yeah.
You see, And once we get that, you know, financial support coming in, we can now easily continue that expansion in all the other parishes.
Right.
Right? In schools, we can get into the elementary schools, the prep schools now. We can invest in the intercollegiate leagues now for those post high school players, both males and females. But we need cash in order to. And one of the things that is on our agenda, we want to establish our own facility, an office in Jamaica, a multi-purpose facility that has 2 or 3 field spaces that we can use. We can have a dormitory, a canteen, a multi-purpose facility that we can use to generate revenue for ourselves as well to other sporting bodies.
Do you have a high? Do you people have highs focus on like a particular area?
Oh yes, oh yes. We have
So-
eyes on a particular spot already. We're hoping that when we get to the government, and they normally assist association in getting crown lands to develop for various purposes. So we have our eyes set on a few areas. So if we have investors who are willing to come on board, then definitely.
Okay.
You know.
Investors,
Yes. Donate.
businessmen of Jamaica. Yeah, you have an entity that is ready to move and represent Jamaica and show the world and let you be proud of your own Jamaican people. You know, with Jamaican, a lot of us, we didn't know about lacrosse, but it's coming bigger. Not only lacrosse, but lacrosse is coming bigger. And sooner or later, your son, your daughter, because it's played by both men and women. So your son or your daughter, your grandchildren may benefit from this sport, may be recognized worldwide from this sport also. So be a part of it. Don't neglect it. They are looking out for support. They're looking out for sponsorship. So be a part. It's not much. And what they say, every little make a
Every
muckle, right?
mickle make a muckle.
Right. So, you know, little is much when God is in it. Just put God in it and give it
Yeah.
from your heart. And you may not see the benefit on your side, but your child or your children or even someone you know. So be a part of it. And we are happy to have Mr. Hutchinson here, the president of the Jamaica Lacrosse Association, and he poured his heart to let people know that he needs some help. They need some help. And whoever, the information is on the screen right now. You're watching www.jamaicalacrosse.net. Go in and you will see the options you have to sponsor or to pay. All right, so be a part of it. Do you have any like a commercial or?
Oh yeah, we have multiple. You know,
Is there any you can give us so we can?
Right, we
play it
can,
on the
we
radio?
will.
we
I
can
will.
do
I will. And I'll also like to use the time before we sign off just to say some thank you to my board members, Dwight Clark, my vice president Kadeen Mitchell Clark, my general secretary Elvis Jenkins, my treasurer Nadine, Mr. Rowe, and Manfas Hay, who is my legal counsel. That's my board in Jamaica. We are a working board. Everybody has their 9 to 5, and everybody find time when it's needed to get work done. Yeah, so and my U.S. board as well. Myself is on it. Dwight Clark is on it. Michelle Godfrey assists. She's a part of our organization as well. Brooks Kenny. We have Evan Redwood, who is our executive director. Brad Brewster, who is our advisor, personal advisor, and he helps with fundraising as well. We have Taylor Irwin, who has been tremendous in assisting with running our women's program. Mark Wilson, who is not just our head coach and oversee our coaching program, but he's the backbone of our high-ranking men's team, the men's program. And for all those who have contributed and continue to contribute, I might have missed a few names, but nevertheless, we are very appreciative of everyone who have contributed and continue to work with us. So enough respect.
Well, it was a pleasure having you guys on the show, you know.
Yeah, we will continue. We'll continue
Right.
to talk about this
And
on the radio.
yeah, I'm quite sure South will keep in touch with me, and I'm quite sure there are people who are, like I said, not familiarized with a lot of computer work. They are gonna. You can call Deacon Mike or myself, and we put you on the right track, how to donate or how to sponsorship. But like I said, most people in Baltimore, particularly, they like to see letters. They like to see a letterhead for sponsorship, you know, and where they can sign off. Maybe I don't know if they get credit for income tax at the end of the year, but they like to see that.
And that will be provided. We have all of that already.
So
Any final word?
No, I mean, it was good to be here, be invited, yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're happy. We're happy to have you because we know you're lacrosse.
It's a pleasure.
Lacrosse man. So you know, no better person to be here than to have you. So I just want to let you know the YouTube Radio Land everywhere know that this is BCCG Radio, and that's what we do. We bring what is not known, the Caribbean community. We're mainly, this is a church. It's a community church.
Right.
We are here to build the community and to help the community. So, if you know of any Jamaicans entity that is coming up here and they want to let their entity be known, the organization be known, just tell them to come to BCCG Radio. We'll interview them and put them out there. That is our job. We are here to help.
Appreciate it.
We are here to help.
And we are going to help the lacrosse thing.
I definitely gonna make a contribution to it.
We gonna help the lacrosse.
Appreciate it, gentlemen.
And so, listeners out there that is listening, please make a donation. Please make a contribution. All right.
Like I said,
we understand sports in Jamaica because it's the struggle of all the sports in Jamaica. The footballers, I know, because Lane Bailey said wherever he go, he have to pay his own way. Right. Usain Bolt said most of the places he went, he have to pay his own, and it's not a crime in Jamaica. It's just the reality. It's the reality. So don't say Jamaican could have done better, and sports could do better in supporting their people. Jamaica is rising.
And if they can say that, think about these kids who have nothing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So, we thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. May the blessings of God be with you through this day and forevermore. Stay with us, continue us, subscribe, like, and share so that wherever we have a program, you will hear, you will see it pop up on your phone, and then you can listen. We have a lot of different programs. So subscribe and you will be a part of it, all right? This is the growing radio station, Baltimore BCCG Radio, that is reaching to the four corners of this world, reaping the harvest for Christ first and foremost. Put God into it. Little is much when God is into it, and much become little when we leave him out of it. To God be the glory. Great things that he has done. So let us just finally pray. Father, we thank you. We glorify your name because you are the God, Most High God. God, we thank you for this man, oh God, has taken it on his own and his group to represent Jamaica in an area that is unknown. God, we ask you to lay your hands upon this organization, oh God. Open the gates of heaven and let your blessings pour out. Let there be non-stop. Let they get to the higher heights, oh God. Let the sky be their limit. Bless everyone, oh God, that's been a part of it, that has been a part of the program, that is moving it forward. Oh God, as he come here, God, we ask you for journey's mercy as he's preparing to go back to Jamaica. And whatever is here for, oh God, let whatever you said to Moses, wherever you tread your foot upon, it is yours. Wherever it touch, whoever, oh God, soften the hearts of those who he has come in contact with, oh God, and let them, oh God Almighty, put a smile in their hearts to whatever he requested. Let there be sponsors, oh God. Let there be donations, oh God. And at the end of it, they will give you the glory, the honor, and the praise. We continue to give you glory and honor and praise in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
God bless you. May the blessings of God be with you through this day and forevermore.